I love that Anne is like wearing her little Santa hat. She's all totally ready here. But just type in the chat, what's a win you had from last week? Anything. If it's Isogenics related, if it's income related, if it's family, Thanksgiving related, if it's health related, just type in the chat a win that you had. You can tell I'm patiently waiting. All right, well, and gosh, I have so many. You better get to type in over here. Confidence, consultants. Beautiful weekend with friends I call family. I love that, Laura Lori. Dreaming again, that's awesome, Mary. Time with family. Okay, so if you could agree with this statement, that like having a promo, like having something fun to kind of chat about, like a new product, like that whole like mixer elixir sample pack, if that makes it fun and exciting or like a clever way to share Isogenics, put a 1 in the chat. If you love being able to be like, hey, this week you can grab this, or this week you're gonna save. If that aligns with you, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, so I think we all would agree with that. So now I want you all to get out, as my friend Nicola Dowley in the UK would say, her diary. We call it our calendar or our planner, okay? I want you guys all to pull it out. If it's electronic, like mine, I want to see your phones and your iPads. If you're old school like Laura Lori and carry around the most jumbo day planner of your life, that's why she has back pain. Just kidding. I want you to pull out and put in on December 15th, the corporate call. Look, Anne's showing us that she has it, okay? December 15th, the corporate call with all of the amazing announcements coming in January of 2023 that are going to absolutely knock your socks off. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain, okay? Put that in your calendar and make sure every single person that you've ever talked to about Isogenics from 10 years ago to yesterday to who you're going to talk to next week to get on that call, okay? It's going to be amazing, and they're sneak previewing a lot of the things that start in January of 2023 that we want you to be prepared for. But I will just drop a teeny bit of genius for you that the same way we had these huge Black Friday, Cyber Monday promotions, that if that excites you to talk about your business, there's so much greatness coming. There is so much goodness, okay? From new product to compensation plan improvements to be able to say, hey, if you've never looked at Isogenics, you need to take a look at Isogenics. I also just wanted to say that Jess and I, because we have been absolutely obsessed with Black Friday and Cyber Monday, we did not do the best job of promoting our call that we were going to do on Wednesday night, which was the 5 simple hacks to slip into your little black dress. So we've pushed it out a week. We want everyone to just continue tonight working the promo and riding that wave out. So it's next Wednesday. So next Wednesday at 7 o'clock, no, 6 o'clock, I'm sorry, 6 o'clock Mountain Time, 8 o'clock Eastern, if you want to put that in your calendar, December 7th. Jess and I are doing an opportunity call. We will have a Zoom meeting, but it will also be out to Facebook Live. So you can tag people in it. You can watch the live. You can hop on the Zoom. But it's going to be an opportunity call of just really some simple ways to stay healthy through the holidays, some ways to create some extra income over the holidays. It's at 6 Mountain, Laura, 8 Eastern. And really just kind of what we're so excited about, and really casting the vision of like why people should be looking at network marketing, like with the economy that we're in, with, you know, the great resignation and people wanting to work from home. So I wanted to go ahead and put those dates in your calendar right off the bat. Okay. That being said, I was messaging, you know, with Jess over the weekend and last week, and we're like, what do we want to talk about right now? Like, where are people at? And sometimes, you know, we've had these amazing guest speakers on. I know sometimes you guys just want to hear from Jess and I as well. And one of the things that like tugs on mine and Jess's hearts so strong in December is that whether or not you slow down or you speed up is a complete decision of yours, but it's really like all in your mind. And we tell you this because Jess and I were top enrollers when we first started in 2013. We had absolutely no idea what we were doing. Okay. I mean, the epitome of ignorance on fire. We didn't have a clue what we posted on social media. If you are ever second guessing this, I literally encourage you to look at our posts from 2013, like why someone purchased anything from us. I'm not sure, right? There was typos, there were spelling errors, there was prices, there was novels, there was links, like everything we would tell you not to do, but that's what we were doing. But we were so excited. We were so enthusiastic. And both Jess and I enrolled like 40 people or something in December. Nobody told us it was slow. Nobody said, hey, people take their foot off the gas in December, so you should just build in January, right? We were so excited. Jess had just lost like 30 pounds. I had lost like 20 pounds. Our energy was off the roof. We were making money. We were getting pibs. We were getting double pibs. We didn't really know how we were doing it. We couldn't keep our mouths closed. We were getting everybody excited on, doing a challenge to stay healthy through the holidays, getting people geared up for their new year, new you goals. And corporate just kept calling us and like, what are you girls doing? Like, how are you guys enrolling so many people? And we thought that's what everybody was doing. And so whenever we come back to this season, I'm always so excited to be like, you guys, if you want to take your foot off the gas, you want to make all the sugar cookies, watch Home Alone for the 18th time and everything else, that's fine. You can absolutely do that, right? There's no reason and no one's going to be upset for you. That is like the reason that you're your own boss and you can choose whatever you to do with this. But if you're like a lot of people out there right now that are looking for extra money because people are feeling their pockets are tight. I mean, what did Erica Rothenberger's post say the other day? 9.6% is like the inflation right now. I mean, I bought a dozen eggs and I know they're expensive because they're organic and cage free and all the things, but like, it was like $1 an egg pretty much. I was like, whoa, like this is just, I'm like so grateful for shakes sometimes. But if you are like that and you are so excited about this and you're grateful that you have all of these tools. I mean, I just feel like so many people came off Turkey Day that are bloated, right? They're fluffy, they traveled, they're inflamed, but you don't hear about that in Isogenics because even if you haven't done a full cleanse day, which a lot of us have, we have all these tools. We drink Cleanse for Life before bed. We take adaptogens. We are drinking Hydrate, that our bodies are so much more in balance that we're not having those complaints about being irritability. We're not having those complaints about being fatigued, right? We're not necessarily like upset that our pants didn't fit today, like a lot of people experience. But that's the reason that like excites me to like talk to people about what we have. Because I remember the days that after like 4 or 5 days of having some mashed potatoes and pumpkin pie, it's like I literally gained a whole size. Like my body was so sensitive and it would take weeks to come off. I would be like hours on the treadmill, like doing everything I could. And this program has kept me in balance for over 9 years. Like that excites me to want to chat with other people. Okay. So the purpose of giving you a little bit of this backstory is we were like, how can we maximize sharing what you love during the holidays? Okay. And I'm going to give you just a few tips in no particular order, but that the way that we can continue to impact people's physical health, the way that we can still bring in some supplemental income to you and show other people how to do the same. Does that sound fun? If you guys are excited for that, put some exclamation points in the chat. Teresa's already on it. That's what made me say exclamation points because I was excited to look down. So if you guys want to hear a little bit about that, put some exclamation points in the chat. So if we were to first talk about how we can maximize sharing, let's think about all of the solutions that Isogenics has, okay? One of my favorites that I feel like is a hidden gem is our immune products, okay? I cannot tell you how many people are talking to me about cold and flu season right now. How many people just got sick after being together? And I'm not trying to make a claim here, but I will also just say it's not the Isogenics people, right? Like it's like, think about how much more healthy we are. I mean, our shakes boost our immune system by up to 80%. We have immune booster, which is deep immunity support. Our vitamins, which are loaded with vitamin C and vitamin D, which are great for immune support. Our greens, which alkalize the body, especially when you have a high sugar diet during the holidays, which lowers your immune system. Think about the things that we can have. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because these are all the different things you can be talking about. You can be talking about it when you're out with people. You can be talking about it on your stories. You can be talking about it on your social media. You can offer it to people. Okay. So if you have a friend and family member who's not feeling well and saying, hey, I'm going to come over, I'm going to drop off the ick buster to you. You guys probably haven't even heard of that. So many of you are so new to collagen, but we literally had a solution called the ick buster. And it was like a serving of Cleanse for Life, right? A serving of Ionics and a serving of Hydrate. And it was the adaptogens and the detox and the electrolytes and the vitamin C that would just like literally nourish someone back to their like normal healthy self. So those are things you can talk about. Think about stress. You guys, I was at Macy's. This is a true story. I wasn't going to tell this story, but I have to tell this story. I ordered, don't laugh at me. I ordered 5 pairs of shoes last weekend from Macy's because I have big calves, I'm a runner, and those boots don't always zip up, but I ordered 5 pairs knowing that one of them was going to work. So the other 4 that did not work that I was returning, and I was in line, and there was a gentleman in front of me that was so stressed out, right? The way that he was talking to the customer service rep, and then this customer service rep was, and I was like, my skin was like crawling because I was feeling so badly for the whole situation. For the guy, I don't know what happened in his day, but no one should be that upset over trying to return a pair of pants. But he was losing it, like absolutely losing it because they weren't going to take it back. And whether that was a financial stress or whatnot, oh my gosh, I was like feeling for him. And then this poor clerk, right? This poor clerk was like, oh my gosh, like she's just doing her job and she's getting her head chewed off in front of a huge line. Okay. And so when it was my turn and I got up there, and I just, first of all, killed her with gratitude. And I just said, thank you for being here. You're amazing. And I said, I witnessed that whole thing. And she kind of looked at me like dumbfounded. I said, you did everything right. And I said, who knows what's happening with that guy, you know? But I was like, I just want to like, thank you for being here. And like in this really busy line. And at the time, all I could think about was like how both of them could benefit from the adaptogens. Okay. The guy was not in a situation to receive it, but we know that this is happening right now. Okay. And there are times that I do prospect that person. It just wasn't appropriate, you know, and I want that to feel like a missed opportunity, but to highlight that people's stress are at a high right now. They're stressed financially, they're stressed, you know, with family, they're stressed with work, they're stressed with travel, they're stressed with gifts. Like we just kind of have all those things happening. And we have such a solution with our adaptogens. If you guys can list all the products with adaptogens, I almost want to like give up like a pop-up prize here, but they do know all the products that have adaptogens in them, not just adaptogen, elixir, and ionics. Let's see who can type in at least 2 more. Nisha, way to go, Laura. Bia, Laura, see, she's a healthy, right? I mean, think about all those different ways to get it into people that can absolutely really help them. Now, who knows the hangover cure? You guys, I swear Kisa coined this, but I don't think that she is the one. Amber, I just saw your text. We're going to come back to your story at the end. Amber's on. She made it out of the snowstorm. I don't think Kisa really did this, but I always give her the credit for it because it was so popular. But would you guys agree that people are having a few more glasses of wine, a few more cocktails like this time of year and then the parties? And to be able to, like, Anne's like, I got my wine right now. Happy Cyber Monday. I'm shopping and drinking my vino. But to be able to help people not buy the garbage at 7-Eleven, like whatever those vitamin pack next morning things that they sell are not good for you, you know, but to be able to tell someone, hey, have a serving of Cleanse for Life before bed, have a serving of Hydrate before bed in the morning, have Hydrate and have Ionics. You're going to feel amazing. People eat this up, right? And it's going to increase your basket order. So people right now who are like, oh, I have enough collagen, or, oh, I just stocked up on Celatois because of the promotion or something. When you are all going to the same party, because a lot of your customers are friends and family anyways, you know, and you say, hey, don't forget to bring your ick buster. Don't forget to take your, you know, hangover cure tonight. People are like, what is that? And you can educate them about them. These are people. And if they are on, you know, ISO delivery, they're going to go in and order a thing of greens. They're going to go in and order a thing of Hydrate. And you just see this continuous order, but it's our job to really educate people about our online wholesale store where they can shop from. Now, here's another little secret I'll tell you. You can see it everywhere right now in the fitness community. There's a ton of holiday challenges. Some of you are probably already in them, right? A lot of gyms have like your 30-day healthy through the holidays challenge, or sign up for your 30-day holiday challenge, sign up to maintain, don't gain through the holidays. You guys have probably seen a lot of this. These are some great people that if you're in that fitness space to get on board with the nutrition. You know, like if I was an Orange Theory girl and they were doing it in my Orange Theory location, I would just say, hey, I'm so excited we're both doing this. I'm also doing a 30-day challenge with my nutrition company. I would love to do it together. I'd love to hold each other accountable and like swing into the new year feeling amazing. Is this something that you would want to be able to do with me, right? Like when you see that posted in groups, like I comment sometimes and are like, hey, if anyone's up for doing this with the nutrition as well as the fitness, we should do this together, right? Like create some conversations, create some engagement, and then be able to take it offline. But people are hungry for this, right? They're so motivated for it. And we think about how simple our solutions are. Like, come on, do you want to eat airport food or have a shake or a bag of Wayfins? Like, that's not even a question for me, right? You know, if you get stuck in airport and with delays, like have a packet of bone broth. So easy to get hot water from any one of the coffee shops, you know? And then you're using the products in front of people and they're seeing you use them and people get really excited about it. So that was the first thing I wanted to say, is just think about all the different solutions we have and how you can get creative in your marketing, in your messaging, loving on your customers, and getting people really, really excited about other things than maybe what they're currently ordering. The second is I wanted to talk to you about Isagenix as gifts. So I don't think we need to enroll everybody a 30-day, right? And everyone get their brown box underneath their tree on Christmas. That's not necessarily what I'm saying. But if you are someone, and I am like this, that wants to give a bottle of wine to your entire block, or you're thinking, okay, I've got to give a basket of cookies or a chocolate bar to my kid's volleyball coach, and I've got to do it to the teacher and to the piano lessons and to our gardener and to the housekeeper and all these things, right? If you guys are one of those people, put a 2 in the chat of like, oh my gosh, I feel like I have to give a little gift to all of these people. And think about how you can shop from your online store or order smart through people in your downline and give these little gifts to people you're going to give something to anyway. So I really, really like to take a teeny bit of time and make them cute and make them fun so people feel like, oh, you didn't just give them Isagenix, right? But you took the time to give them something they would like. So I know that we're all missing Isa Delights because those were always a fun, cutesy little things, but we have a lot of options here. So imagine if you even gave a bottle of wine to your kid's teacher, but in there you put a cute little bag, you know, made it pretty with like one of the 3 elixirs, something that explained, you know, kind of what they were, and just said, here's a little TLC for your focus, you know, for your inner glow and to manage your stress through the holidays, you know, Merry Christmas or something, and just put them in there. You guys, extra orders outside of your 100 BB are all tax deductions, right? So you need that anyway. So I'm looking at the chat here. They're talking about the hand and body lotion, the body wash. Those are amazing, right? No one needs all the bright red chemical-free stuff from Bath and Body Works. Those are great, great ones. I got this idea from Joni Brewer, who's our way up line, if anybody knows her at the mastermind, but she bought all those Celatwat masks and she was sticking them in socks. So she bought these fuzzy socks from Costco and then put a packet in there with like a little bow. And she was giving that to customers. She was giving it to friends and family. I mean, what a cool idea. I mean, who doesn't want one of those amazing masks? If you guys use them, I mean, they feel so good. And then to come in a little pair of like fuzzy socks, I mean, that is not a big investment at all. I mean, I think the things from Costco, it was like 3 pairs of socks for $10, right? And then the Celatwat, I mean, that is a less expensive investment than the bottle of wine and gross chocolates that people don't need anyways. No one needs another box of chocolates, okay? But to be able to say like, hey, keep your little tootsies warm and have a little self-care pampering night, you know, while you're watching Home Alone or whatever, people get really excited about that. So there's a lot of different ways, and just think about like what's something a teacher could use, what's something a neighbor could use. What are some of your favorite products that maybe it's not even a whole system, but you love XM, like that is like something, and just write in the note, hey, I'm giving you this. This is like my go-to brain juice in the morning, must have. If your Christmas is like mine, you're going to absolutely love this. Like give them something that they go, how do I get more of that? And they feel really valued, that you're not just selling them, that it's something that's going to impact them. I remember a couple of years ago, I had a client who gave me this sugar scrub. It was from another company, but I always had chronic chapped lips. And she had written in there something about like, hopefully maybe this like lip remedy is the one that will, this was before the collagen, right? Is like whatever will, and it was amazing. Like she took the time to make it personal. I didn't care it was from a network marketing company. It was amazing. I loved it. I used it all the time. And so we have some great things that people want that they can't necessarily, that they're not necessarily ordering right now, or they're not choosing to invest in. Okay. So if you guys have other cool ideas for gifts, I mean, definitely type them in the chat. Let's be inspired and learn from each other. I'm personally not like giving someone a canister of shakes, right? Like I think that might not come across the best way. But when you think about the elixirs, how pretty that is, I mean, even a box of collagen that they can have like a whole week, you can also do this with other things, So if you are going to do a box of Ghirardelli chocolate on top, you can put the chocolate bar, put a little bow, put a little card. You can make it that the presentation is there and the warm and the love, but you're investing in your business. You're inviting them to be able to, learn about some different things that you have, and you're choosing things that are healthier anyways. Okay. So that is one, that's the second idea. Now, I am a huge, huge, huge fan of building relationships. Okay. I am all about asking for referrals. I'm about giving referrals. A lot of us are going to be at a lot of parties, a lot of social events, places that we haven't been in a couple years. 2020, everything was canceled. 2021, half the world still don't know if they were allowed out or not. I'm kind of joking, right? But like Christmas parties are in full effect. Like Ryan has his holiday party. I'm like, oh my gosh, your company's having a Christmas party. I mean, it feels like forever ago since we did that. And I've heard other people say that in addition to things with friends, in addition to things with family. You might have networking groups, you might have book clubs, you might have Bible study groups. Like there's a lot of things that you're getting together with people on. And these are the times to be really excited about what you're doing, to be really confident in being able to ask for referrals, right? You're not going there to sell people, but it's a way that you can invite people to take a look and allow that conversation to come up naturally. All right. So here's what I see happen all the time. Oh my gosh, Alicia, you look amazing. And she's like, oh, this little thing, it was like $2 from TJ Maxx, right? Like this is what happens all the time. Or I'm like, oh my gosh, Amber, I love your shoes. And she's like, oh, my sister gave them to me a couple years ago. These like old ragged things, right? You guys see this happen all the time. Someone compliments you and then we want to like dismiss it, right? If it's like we brush it off. Now, just imagine if you are at an event and someone says, oh my gosh, Ashley, your hair has never looked better. It is so shiny. Like it looks so healthy. And if you're like, oh, thanks. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm just using Suave, right? I mean, like that response, or to be like, thank you so much. Then to say it, like, I did not used to feel this way until I started using the collagen. So it's amazing what has happened since I've been using this collagen. And people are gonna be like, what collagen? Right? And then we know the system, but to be really, really excited about it. I think that when people ask you what you do, be really confident in that solution. Like take some time to figure out what you want to say to people. So if I were, at a house party and I'm chatting, I'm like, oh, and you're like, oh, I'm married to Sam. I'm like, oh, what do you do? I'm a kindergarten teacher. Or I'm like, hi, I'm Lauren. And they introduce themselves and, that's my husband. Those are my kids. And it's like, what do you do? And, like, oh, I work at US Bank. I'm in the business development program. Like people will say that. But with network marketing, people don't necessarily want to say that. So if it was Ann and Holly, they can say, oh my gosh, we own the most fabulous boutique. You're going to have to come in. It's so fun for us to style you. So you feel confident walking out the door. They can do everything that they would normally do and say, plus we are having so much fun with our online health and beauty business. We are helping people look amazing, stay trimmed through the holidays, minimize their stress. It's the absolute best. Like do something that someone says, I want to know more about that, right? Now you don't have to go into a party with business cards and like talk to every single person there and be like, hey, can I get coffee with you this week? Or, hey, do you want to do a 30-day cleanse with me? Like you're going to chase everybody out of the party and you're never going to get invited back. But when you meet someone that you go, dang, they would be really good at this, right? Like I've gone to Ryan's parties and seen people and been like, they would be amazing at what I do. Figure out how to connect with them. Even if it's not appropriate to bring it up at the party, connect with them so that you can have an additional conversation, right? So I might go up to someone and say, Tawny, I don't know, like who invited you to the party or like who our mutual friends are here, but you are so fun and so fabulous. I definitely want to hang out after this. are you on, Facebook? Are you on Instagram? Or what's the best number to text you at? I want to figure out how you and I can go get wine one-on-one together sometime or something, right? And that's it. You don't even have to bring up what you're doing, but it's about building those relationships, because a lot of times you're going to go places and you're going to meet people who are new, right? I mean, everyone in your circle probably already knows what you're doing, and they're either on board yet or they haven't joined yet, but it's the people you haven't met. So when I go to networking groups, when I go to holiday parties, I'll hang out with the people that I know, right? I'm with you guys all the time. Like, I'm in a new place. Like, I want to go make new friends. I want to go introduce what we have, and I want to build those new connections. So I encourage you guys, like, set a goal. When you go to a Christmas party, when you go to a, a holiday event, like, who's one new person I can connect with in the room? Who's one person that's new that I can, like, add to my list? And not that you have to do it right there, but that you're a talent scout, that you say, wow, we connected on purpose. I really think I can help this person. We connected on person, and I'm so excited to bring them onto the team, because they've got the culture of the type of women that we love, that stand on chairs and cheer for others and have so much fun in the process. Like, I gravitate towards people who are not only put together, right? Who, like, take pride in how they look, because I think that's part of a health and beauty company, but who are confident and who are fun and who are kind and go out of their way to help other people. And I tell them that. I say, hey, I noticed that you're the only person in here helping clean up dishes. Like, it's so awesome that you're doing that. Like, I'd love to chat with you. Hanging out with selfless people is like my jam. How can we get a cup of coffee after this or something? Genuinely compliment them, but just see the opportunity. So just a couple more things here. All I can tell you is that your excitement and your enthusiasm has everything to do with this business. Everything. If you're buzzing around and you're thrilled about it and you're lit up, people want to be a part of it, okay? And if you're drained and you're frustrated and you're worried about your cycles, or you're thinking that you are a little bit fluffy today or whatever, right? You are going to repel people faster than you can ever repel. So you guys know that Jess and I are accountability partners. And I always say, like, we put each other in check. And there's times that Jess will call me and I'm like right there and I'm the buzz of light and we can have a redirect. And she's often like that for me. But we happen to have a quick chat today, and I just come from the walkthrough on the house, and we're moving on Friday. It's a new build, our final walkthrough before the closing. And she's like, how is it? Like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And she's like buzzing. And I had not caught myself right away. I'm so thankful that I had this conversation with her. But I said to her, I was like, oh, like, we're losing like so much of our yard. Like, I'm like real close to our neighbors backing up with us. And like, there was a lot of dogs. Like, I'm just not sure I'm prepared for that. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's going to be perfect. They're going to be your best friends. It's not going to be a long walk for you to like have to like hop over the fence and like hang out with your neighbor. Like, and there's just this twist and there's this spin. I got the phone, I was giggling, and I sent her a voice memo. I was like, thank you for the perspective, and that's like the basis of this business. We used to always say Janny would just show up. I didn't know what she was talking about half the time. Truthfully, Janny, if you ever listen to this recording, I'm so sorry. But like, it was, no matter what she was saying, I wanted to be a part of it. I mean, she just oozed this light, she just radiated joy. And I was like, I want to be around her. So when you're excited and you're passionate and you're enthusiastic, like, just think about the attractor factor when you're going places. I was in an elevator this morning for a doctor's appointment, and it was me and 3 other women, right? We all get in, everyone's spacing out, and no one's talking to each other. It was 8 o'clock this morning. It was like borderline awkward, and I was like, wow, like, not even a smile, like not even a hello. And I ended up just saying, because I was like, I have to break the ice. Like, that stuff makes me so uncomfortable. I was like, anybody found any good Cyber Monday specials yet? Like, and this lady started laughing. And then we ended up actually going into the same clinic. We ended up talking for a few minutes and we exchanged information. And I just said, like, had I not broken the ice in the elevator, may not have been as warm of a chat when we were in the clinic together. Like, you just don't know. But it's how you show up, right? When you are just like, oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. I'm so excited. I'm loving what I'm doing. I'm loving the people I'm hanging out with. People want to be around that, especially right now, okay? So let's think about how we can talk about the business in an organic way. I love, love, love the feel, felt, found, right? Like, I used to feel the same way. This is what I found. I also like a little bit of empathy, and then being able to provide a solution. So if you think about the people right now that are talking to you about their financial struggle, about their travel struggle, about their time struggle, think about how we can help them. So just imagine if someone was saying to you like, oh, like I really want to be able to get, my kid a car for Christmas, and we want to be able to, do the gymnastics camp, and things are just so tight right now. Like my husband didn't get the bonus. If you could just listen, like truly, truly listen, and not sell this person, but come from a heart of service on how you can help them, and be able to say, I can only imagine how difficult that is. I can only imagine right now what you're feeling as a mom and how this is stretching you. But if you have 5 or 10 minutes, I would love to show you something that has drastically changed my life that I think that can really help you. Would you be open to getting on a call with me? Would you be open to chatting? When you're out and about and people are saying things, they even say it over text. And just to say, I totally can imagine what you're going through right now. Like, thank you for sharing that for me. If you have just a couple minutes, I would love to be able to show you something that I think could help your family over the holidays. It has made an amazing difference for my family. It's made a significant impact for me and my family. And I want to help you. It may or may not be for you, but hear me out. I mean, just think about that. You guys, Alex Sabat on our team, she's not actively building anymore, so you don't see her on these calls. Laura will remember this story. Alicia probably remembers this story. Years and years ago, she wanted to do a 30-day, had no money. She was like so stressed. She was like struggling teacher, and her mom and her sister were like, we'll do it with you because of the whole bonus thing. And the fast story of this is when we still got paid on the ICE wallet card, and I have this video, she's crying, she's shopping at Target, filling the cart full of all this stuff because of what Isagenix had done, because she got to like Crystal Manager in time for Christmas. She took her family shopping, or was shopping for all the family Christmas gifts. And this is on my YouTube channel. I mean, we had her tell it because it was so powerful, but I just always think about that. Like, how many people out there need a little Isagenix card to go fill their cart full of Christmas gifts? And if we can get out of our own way and stop thinking about selling people and really lose yourself in the service of what we can do for them, just imagine getting that text. Imagine someone calling you and saying, oh my gosh, I helped 4 of my friends look and feel amazing because they got on the collagen and the shakes, right? Plus I earned this extra money and my kids at this gymnastics camp, or we just, put the down payment for my kid's car, or whatever that is. But there's a lot of ways here, and role play with your friends, role play with your team, role play with your husband, like whatever you have to do to allow that to feel naturally. Because I can tell you, it didn't used to sound like this, right? It did not. I swear I would talk to people and I would kind of be like, yeah, I know it sucks to not have money, but I can show you how to make a lot of money. I mean, like, no one probably wanted to do that. But if you really just stop and listen, and then think about what you can do for them. People do this all day long. You guys, I watch people that are way more empathetic all day long. They naturally listen and say, oh, no problem. I can pick her up for you. Oh, no worries. I'll make food for you. Oh, no worries. I can help. This is what people do all day long. You've put yourself in network marketing, and people forget their help gift because they're worried about what people think they're selling them. Just do what you do all the time, which is wanting to help people, and just see how this really naturally falls into there. So the last little bit that I have, and I am going to make sure that you guys hear Amber's story, is I love to do business with people that do business with me. I offer a ton of referrals. If you guys follow me around for a day, you would be like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how many people she's referring to one another. But it also allows me to ask for referrals. So sometimes it is the way that you've heard Jess and Erica, train on it, when you say, hey, you remind me of the type of person that I'm looking for. I think the type of person I'm looking for. Highly motivated, highly networked, want to make, a significant income. If there's someone that in your circle, because I think the type of person I'm looking for that you can introduce me to, I'd love to chat with them. Okay. That is one way that we do referrals. Here's what I want to tell you to do. Make a list of all the people that you do business with. I'm dead serious. Your mortgage broker, your realtor, your CPA, your attorney, your hairdresser, your esthetician, your massage therapist. I'm being serious. You guys should write this down, okay? Make a list of all the people that you do business with. And I am a huge fan of the go giver. Okay. So you must give before you receive. You must put in to the pot before you ever want to take from the pot. So I call people, right? I call someone, like, let's say I hadn't seen my CPA in a while. And I just say, hey, Brent, I think you are the freaking best. Every year you make my taxes foolproof. You are so great to work with. who is your ideal client? Who's someone I can introduce you to? You know, who are 2 or 3 people that you would love to be able to work with that maybe I can make an introduction to? And then I say, I don't know if you know exactly what I do. Do you have a moment that I could tell you what I do? Because I think you probably have clients that could benefit from what I do. And I would equally love a referral or an introduction. Sometimes we get so focused on our hairdressers that we want them to enroll that we forget that they have a whole book of people that even if they don't want to enroll, they don't want to do it. You guys, my new hairdresser, I was with the last one for 20 years. She retired in COVID. My new one that I've been with for a year now, a year and a half, maybe, she's not into isogenics. It's not her jam, and that's okay. But I told her, you know, the last time I was in there, I was like, girlfriend, you know that I think you do blondes better than anybody. I've referred so many people to you, and I will continue to refer people to you, but it means the world if you can do the same. What's the best way for me to put information in your hands that you can tell people about what I'm up to? And she's like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'd love to do that. And I was like, she's like, can I just text them to you? Like, sometimes you just have to plant the seed or tell them what to do. She's like, can I give people your business cards? You know, can I put flyers in here? But it's being really bold. But I feel so confident in the people that I refer. You guys, I have sent, I would say 30 people in the last 3 years to my book coach. She was incredible. Whenever I hear someone say, I want to write a book, I don't know where to begin or how do I do this? I'm like, I'm going to introduce you to Amy. Boom. I go right into voice text, just like we do our ATMs. And I'm like, Alicia, you have got to meet Amy, blah, 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 blah. Amy, you've got to meet her. And I get off. When I launched this new business over the weekend, I reached out to some people like that. So will you share my post? Will you tell people what I'm up to? Without hesitation, people are like, oh my gosh, I would love to do that for you. Thank you so much for asking me to do it. How can I help you? And people are the exact same way with Isogenics. So I really encourage you to make that list and then be confident enough in what we have and what we do to tell them that you want referrals. Tell them the type of people you're looking for. You know, when you go in for your massage and you say, hey, who's your ideal client? What's something you specialize in? Like, I just met a girl that does all this lymphatic drainage or something, right? So, but it's in my brain. I was like, oh my gosh, when I hear of someone that needs that, I can say, oh my gosh, you need to call Bernadette, da, 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 da. But to the same extent, I say, hey, I'm confident you know the type of people that I'm looking for as well. If you know people with joint pain, if you know people wanting to lose weight, if you know people that have dry, brittle skin, if you know people that want to make extra income, I would love an introduction. You know, thank you so much for also referring people to me. It means the world that you trust me, that you know I'll take great care of them. I really want to help them, and people will. And those types of referrals are absolutely gold, okay? So just to kind of recap, just a teeny bit for you guys, because we're going to go into December and we are going to have insane momentum, right? Between after Cyber Monday until Boxing Day, there's not promos coming out. So we've got to be excited. We've got to be enthusiastic. We know that 2023 Isogenics is just like 10xing so many things with the product line and with the compensation. But we've got a whole month between now and then to make a lot of changes, to move the needle on our bank accounts, to move the needle in our cycles, to move the needle in the people in our downline and the people that we're serving. So let's first think about how can you maximize what we have? How can you truly just fall in love with sharing all of our solutions through the holidays? So immune support, stress support, the hangover cure, the ick buster. Then we talked about Isogenics as gifts. Please don't just enroll a bunch of people with value packs. No one needs a blender and a box of vitamins underneath their Christmas tree, okay? Maybe on occasion. But think about ways that you can make some gifts really cute, really personable, right? Introduce things to them and not give them a bunch of junk. When we talk about going to parties and getting to know people, you don't have to walk around parties handing out sticks of hydrate to people. But when you see your avatar, when you see someone that you connect with, figure out how to have a follow-up. Oh my gosh, we have so much in common. Let's connect on Facebook. I'd love to stay in touch with you. It can be that simple. And then when you put a transformation post up, that person goes, oh my gosh, how in the world did Andrea lose all that weight? You know, like, I want to hop on. I want to do what they're doing. And to be able to just have a way to stay in touch after that party. Remember that your energy is absolutely everything, okay? If you are excited and you are passionate, people want to be around it. If you are really stressed out and you're really irritable, you should not be selling a product that's a solution to stress. Let's just be real, all right? I mean, when we talk about a product or the product, that doesn't mean you're a size 0. That means you are happy, you are calm, like you're excited, like you've got it together. You can't be the guy at Macy's. You cannot be the guy at Macy's, all right? Think about the relationships, think about the referrals, the people that want to help you. If you pay your CPA monthly, quarterly, you pay a bookkeeper, right? You have someone that's helping you buy or sell a house right now in this wild market. You give so much to them. Don't have any shame in asking them to help you out as well. Be confident what you do and just say, these are the type of people that I would love to help. Could you please introduce me? And then just think about how you can share this opportunity so naturally. Think about the feel, felt, found, really empathize with people when they're talking about what's happening and how we can really serve them, what we really have available, and what we can really do to kind of make an impact and release that burden and that pressure that they're carrying. So you guys, short and sweet, I'm going to introduce you to Amber. We were going to do this at the beginning of the call, but because of her snowstorm, she got on a little bit late. But Jess and I are super committed to really sharing some fun stories and getting people to know the team a little bit more and just being able to relate to other people. So Amber is actually Emily Sutherland's cousin. She's in Utah. And I pretty much right off the bat got to know her because she's a hustler, but she's so coachable. She adds value to all of our pages. You know, she's in the chat. She's always commenting. She's always posting. She's loving on people. She's asking questions. She's on the power hour. She's on the team calls. I mean, she's doing the things. And so when someone's like, I want it, you know, there always has to be action that like follows through, you know, with the desire. And she is the complete epitome of that. But she's having like some major milestones right now. So she crushed Tulum in like record time. You guys, who's going to Tulum? You're going to Tulum. You can go meet Amber in Tulum. But she is consistently enrolling. She's consistently rank advancing. And I just said, can you get on the call tonight? Can you just tell them what you're up to? And so Amber, I would love for you just to tell a little bit about your story, kind of what we were chatting about, and then really just the ways that you're finding enrollments and growing your business right now.
Okay, hopefully my dog will leave me alone because she decided she needs to be on my lap. So okay. I started with Isagenix like 9 years ago, and I bought a big pack and I was doing it. And I think my problem was I was just like adding too much to the shakes. So I was gaining weight and I was like, this system doesn't work. I'm done with it. So I stopped doing it. My dad had started doing it at the same time. He did it and he is still doing it religiously, 2 shakes a day in a meal 9 years later. So at the beginning of this year, when I got introduced to the collagen, I started doing the collagen and then I'm like, I want to do the shakes again. So I got back into it to lose some weight, and I did a 7-day and lost 8 pounds. And then I decided like a month later to do another 7-day and I lost more, and now I'm down 20 and I'm still continuing 2 shakes a day and a meal and religiously taking my collagen and all the other stuff. And I just love the products, and because they're working so well for me, I just get so jazzed up and I have to tell everybody about it to the point where I might be annoying. But when you love something, you just want to share it with everyone. And so that's what I'm doing.
You are not annoying and you are amazing. You guys, Amber, how much have you lost now since that first 7-day?
So 20 pounds so far. And I love it. I'm like, I want to lose 5 more. Jason's like, no, you're done. But you know, a little fluff, if it comes off, it's great.
Well, you look absolutely amazing. So one of the things that you talked about tonight when I was asking you if you would share, and you were saying about when you post what you're doing, can you talk about that?
Oh yeah. So I will do a post and then I'll just do like the little question, who wants to hear more, or, you know, chocolate or vanilla, and people will reach out and, you know, I'll just ask them, you know, if you're interested in it, or if they see my posts and they're liking them, then I'll reach out to them and I'll tell them, hey, I noticed that you've liked my posts a few times. Are you interested in learning about what I'm doing? And that's how I've been able to get a few people from high school that I haven't talked to in 20 years. And we probably wouldn't even recognize each other if we ran into each other, but we're connecting through social media just by the posts. And that's great.
So I love that. So we always talk about, you guys, you cannot just post and pray. So she's posting, she's consistent, but then she's following up with those leads, like directly messaging them. Hey, thanks for the like. I see that you've liked a couple of my posts. If you want, I can send you some information about that. It's amazing how many people won't write you and say, hey, can you tell me about that? But if you just open the door, they're so excited about that. And then Amber, can you just touch a little bit too about like, once you have someone who's interested or you've prospected someone, like what is your system? Like, what do you do next in terms of either three-way messages, photos, the cart, like what are you doing that you're actually closing all of these enrollments?
So it kind of depends on the person and our personalities or how we know each other. Some people, I put them in a three-way message with M or you. And some people, I will just ask them, are you interested in seeing what we have to offer? I send them the website. I know that that is a little confusing and overwhelming to some people. So I think it's kind of discouraging to just send somebody the website. So I'll tell them, like, what are your goals? Are you wanting to have better joint pain? You wanting better skin? Or are you trying to drop a few pounds? And based on their response, I will send them a cart with either a 7-day or some shakes or some collagen. I have some people that only do collagen and don't do shakes. Some people that only do shakes. And then, others that have done the 7-day, but it just kind of depends on what their goals are. So if you can find out what, pay attention to which one of your posts they're actually liking and, make notes and then talk to them about it. If they're liking your collagen posts, then maybe ask them, if they're in need of collagen, if it's for joint or if it's for skin or looking younger. And I think just following up with the things that they're actually interested in, it helps with the sell.
Oh my gosh. Well, you are amazing. I'm glad that you got home safe. You guys need to go follow Amber on Instagram. She's a pig mama and she sent me pictures. Her pig has its own little house in the back. It's so cute and she's so fun, and you're going to meet her in Tulum. So here's my final thing. Going into December, you guys, what day is December 1st? Anybody know this week? It's Thursday. Okay. It's Thursday. I want you to think about how you want to finish the rest of the year. And I really, really challenge you. I know a lot of you are not big on setting goals. Some of you don't know how to run your life if you don't have goals, right? Like Jess and me and Erica, all the reds are like that. Some people are like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have a goal. But there isn't a study out there that can show you that not having a goal in front of you isn't going to get you closer to where you want to be. Just spend a couple minutes tonight or first thing in the morning. I mean, I know it's late on the East Coast, first thing in the morning, and just write out how many enrollments do you want to have in December, right? Everybody should have a minimum of 5. Every single person, 1 a week. Okay. I mean, if you want to 10x it and, go meet Jessica Rigner's goal and enroll 45 people in December, go game on. Right. I think 10 is a very realistic number for the majority of people on this call, right? 2 a week for the rest of the month. Okay. Grab those double pibs right now. I think that is something that you all can commit to. Get your team builder club. Then think about the rank advancements. How many people do you want to get to manager? How many people do you want to get their products for free and get to consultant? I mean, be clear. In the month of December, I'm enrolling 10 people. I'm creating 4 new consultants and 1 new manager. I'm enrolling 8 people. I'm creating a director and I'm creating a manager, working deep into your business. And then think about what you have to do to reverse engineer that, right? It's not how many posts are going to be on social media. It's how many conversations are you having? How many calls about the opportunity are you having? How many people are you talking about the money? How many people are you putting in 3-way messages? How many people are you using to follow the system? Whatever that may be, but be really, really clear. Think about the amount of income that you want to be able to make in December and just go for it. And if you can get so clear on the people you want to serve and just envision them being everywhere, I promise God will drop them in your life. You'll be like, where did that person come from? And you will just be so attracted to them. There's so many people out there. Every time Jessica gets on a flight, you guys, she'll call me from the airport and she's like, I'm sitting next to Kelly Dickerhoof. Just so you know, I'm telling you right now, I'm sitting next to Kelly Dickerhoof when I get on this plane. The next Kelly Dickerhoof, I'm meeting her. I'm flying to Arizona and I'm going to meet Kelly Dickerhoof. And she speaks that into existence. Now, she hasn't met the Kelly Dickerhoof yet, but she's met a lot of amazing people and enrolled a lot of amazing people. And I'll do the same thing. I'll message Laura. And I was like, all right, I'm going to this networking event. Emily Vavra, here she comes. I'm enrolling the next Emily Vavra. Watch out. Susan Slides coming to our downline, bottom right now. I'm going to go meet her. And we get super excited, but I buzz around in the morning with Ryan. So clear. I'm like, today, when I get into that meeting, I'm meeting high influential people, high money blueprint people, high network people that want to have so much freaking fun with us. And he's like, okay, babe, but I get so clear on it. And then I go to a party. I'm like, remember that person I wanted to meet? That's I have a high money blueprint and, you know, having so much fun. And it's like, she's got red soles on. She's classy. She's talking about how she volunteered, you know, at this charity event. She's shopping with her friends. I'm like, that's my girl. And Ryan's like, how in the world do you pick those people out? It's because I'm so crystal clear. So have a wonderful night, you guys. Congratulations on an amazing Black Friday, Cyber Monday push. We'll see you next Monday, okay? Have a great, great, great week. And send those goals to somebody. Send your December goals to somebody. I don't care who it is. Upline, downline, crossline, just not your dog. Send them to somebody who can actually hold you accountable and understand them. Love you guys. Good night.